Thanks for coming in today. Hang on one second. Everyone say hi to Delilah, who's sleeping on the floor. Hi, Delilah. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Delilah's going to be riding in the backseat at least to start. Sleeping on my floor. Thanks for coming in today. We are in the Piper Seminole. And we are going to do what was my long solo cross-country flight that I did during my private pilot training. So this is when I was still a student pilot. You have the long solo cross-country where it's 3 legs. I did Farmingdale to Stewart to Hartford to Farmingdale Republic. And I'm going to do that now on the stream, except when I did it for my private pilot training, I did it in a PA44 Piper Warrior. But in this case, I'm going to be doing it in the Piper Seminole, just because there's a mod for the Seminole in Flight Sim 2020 and not for the Warrior. I fly 145. I know who that is. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for coming in today. There she is in all her glory, though. Oh, I'm still in the showcase cam. Let's go ahead and get into the cockpit. And let's get this thing fired up. Turn some batteries on, turn some lights on. I'm going to do this the very lazy way. We do have to turn the fuel pumps on. We'll open the window here so we can yell out to everyone. We'll start our left engine first, so we'll turn the fuel pump on. We'll give it a little quick shot of prime, and we'll yell clear prop. Prime our right engine now. Looks like we got 2 working engines here. Let's get the fuel pumps off now. We're gonna go ahead and turn this bad boy on. This bad boy on. And that looks like it's all set for where we want it to be. So I'm not using real weather because Rex Weather Force is not working. So I'm just going to use clear skies, and we'll just kind of go with the flow. Daytime instead of night as well. So let's see. Kenny Monster, I Fly 145, Nick Grezzo, thanks for coming in today, guys. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I Fly 145. I'm currently... I'm off today and tomorrow. I fly back on Friday to go start the sim training finally on the 175. Now that I'm in my, what is the second time through training after I had COVID the first time. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Back to a point where we're almost done here. Knocked out the sims for the 175 training, hopefully pass my check ride, all that, no issues, and wait for my IOE, which apparently is going to come quick. You guys are getting their IOE really fast right now after training on the 175, so hopefully it all kind of happened quick. And then I'm going to be commuting from New York to Dallas. So I'm going to be Dallas-based 175 FO. Commuting from New York to Dallas. That part's going to suck, but at least the new airplane will be nice. I hate this little box right here, this little Garmin that's not very good in Flight Sim 2020, but I'm going to just put the airports in just so I have reference. So this is going to be just so I can have a reference. We're going to plug all these in just as reference in case I need to talk to ATC. That's really all I'm going to use it for. And then I'm going to talk about exactly what my route's going to be, and I'm going to try and somewhat mimic what I would have done in real world. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to try and mimic somehow what I did in the real world in terms of my points that I used for my visual points for the flight plan when I was doing my solo cross-country. It's not going to be 100% to accurate, but I'm going to make it semi-close. Definitely going to be a little bit lazier since I'm doing it on Flight Sim and not doing the real thing. It was definitely a lot more strenuous doing the solo cross-country, the long solo cross-country, for the first time solo, obviously, in the airplane. and your instructor expect a lot more in terms of flight planning. So this is going to be kind of a lax version, which is why I think I put like sort of in the title there, because it's sort of going back to my roots, but we're doing it in I guess what would be quite a lazy form, if you will. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I fly 145, and hopefully we will fly together. Hopefully we will fly together. The only reason why I timed you out, I fly 145, is because I never talk about who I fly for on stream. So please don't use the company name, if you don't mind. I removed the timeout. Don't put our company name on stream. Nobody needs to know that. Job security, my friend. But yes, hopefully we will fly together at some point. All right, let's see. Alright, so the airplane is set. Let's show you guys exactly now what I had planned on doing. So here we go. Boom. For my solo cross country, the long one, I took off out of Republic. I flew to the Northport Stacks. That was like always the case. Whenever we took off out of Farmingdale through the school, we would take off, go to the Northport Stacks when we were going either to the North Practice area or for our cross country to the north, excuse me. We would then cut across the Long Island Sound here, and we did it pretty much the shortest way possible, which was going to Norwalk here, 11 miles, just in case, because obviously when we're flying the Warrior single engine, you wanted to be able to glide back to either shore. So we took a nice short path over across here to Norwalk, only 11 miles across the Sound there. From there, I used this lake right here, right near the town of Yorktown. It was one of my visual points, this lake right here. And then I would go pretty much right from there to the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, which I'm very familiar with because this is all around where I live, essentially. And that would pretty much get me right into Stewart. So the first leg is pretty easy. Then from Stewart, come over here, you'd have Stormville, November 69 as a first point. Usually I'd use this as like a middle point right here, this highway railroad track kind of convergence right here. I have to make sure it's not this one or this convergence over here, but this one closer towards Hartford. So I kind of have this lake over here to kind of help me guide with that as well, to make sure I know where I'm at. Then of course you have the Robertson Field right here, 4 Bravo 8, which is also the reporting point for going into Hartford right here, and for Bradley that I'll use. And then you get into the Hartford Airport right there. And then out of Hartford, what I usually did was I would go usually just kind of follow the river here until I would track then towards the Madison VOR when the river started going more towards the east. And then for the Madison VOR, kind of just fly over. You got New Haven here is an easy point. That's an easy airport to find. You got Bridgehaven's an easy airport to find. And then today, instead of going all the way to Norwalk and back over the Northport Stacks, I'm just going to kind of cut the corner here, avoid the Islip Charlie, go straight from Bridgeport right into Farmingdale. I'll make sure I'm at a little bit higher altitude since it's going to be a longer leg over the shoreline, as it were, and then come back into Republic. And that's pretty much what I did for my student pilot solo back in the day. Except I did it again, like I said, in a Piper Warrior and not a 2-engine Seminole. But that's what I'm planning on mimicking tonight. I'm also half watching the Mets game. Jacob deGrom is pitching, so if you see me look to my left, I'm watching the Mets. They're currently losing 1-0 because, you know, deGrom's doing pretty well, except he gave up a couple of doubles in the second inning, and the Mets don't know how to hit, apparently, still. So that's, you know, that's where we're at with that. I'm also going to have, I believe my buddy Sean is going to be joining me on this flight. It sounds like he probably just spawned next to us, or somewhere near us, because I hear a plane make a noise nearby. Yeah, I'm pretty much all set to go. How long do you need to be ready?
I'm right next to you your right. It's gonna be like 2 minutes.
Okay, and then right now the only ATC we have is New York Center, which we do have to talk to. So we'll give Sean a couple minutes here to kind of get himself, because he's going to kind of join us. I don't know what he's flying. He's showing up as a... whatever this is. I think he's like underneath this static aircraft.
But that's not what I am. I might be hidden under it.
Yeah, I think he's hidden under that aircraft. But anyways, so that's kind of the plan that we got going on tonight. Again, we're using just clear skies because Rex Weather Force isn't working, and the live weather was giving us some weird stuff. And I never trust the live weather for flights in 2020 anyway. And then daytime instead of nighttime, because I did my solo cross-country long during the day. I have it set to morning as well, since I did do it early in the morning. So that's the plan. Any questions?
JetBlue 1588, contact Boston Center 134.729.
Tell you what,
We're
Chad,
Boston Center, we'll see you, thanks.
there's just a rumble of thunder outside of my window here. That's a little concerning, so hopefully I don't lose power during the stream. That would be kind of awkward. But yeah, a little bit of thunderstorm just popped up in my area. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully there's no electrical interruption during the stream here. If I just randomly disconnect, then you guys obviously know that I lost power. Just so we're clear. Yeah, out of nowhere, random thunderstorm here in my area. That's a bummer. It's probably good then that we're not using real-world weather for this trip, because I don't think we'd be able to make it into Stewart right now if we were using real-world weather. So we're better off. We are better off doing this clear skies here. But man, that's annoying that thunderstorms are happening now. Hopefully, it will not affect our journey. Are you mind if I get rolling?
Yeah, you have it set to clear?
Yeah, I just have it set to clear because Rex isn't working, and right now it's thunderstorms in my... It's literally thundering at my house right now, so probably better just do it clear. We'll pretend. Actually, I'm gonna put SimWeather VFR in my remarks here.
Southwest 926, radar contact lost.
Well, alright, let's go ahead and get started, chat. No more dilly-dallying. Let's get this show on the road. Be interested to see if you guys hear thunder. That's coming from my house right now. Let me know if you do hear it. That'd be pretty cool, I guess. New York Center, good evening. Seminole 124 Mike Charlie on the ground at Republic. Request taxi, VFR to the north.
And November 4 Mike Charlie, stand by.
I don't think that's VATSIM traffic, Chad. I think that's a static airplane that's just kind of in the way here. Hello, you want to move a static airplane? It's really annoying. We're just gonna pretend he's not there.
November 4 Mike Charlie, runway 14, taxi via Alpha, the Republic altimeter 2975.
14 via Alpha, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie. Easy taxi, chat. Just left here, follow Alpha, down to runway 14.
At flight level 350. Spare wings 575, clear direct Kennedy VOR. Clear direct Kennedy VOR, spare wings 575.
New York Center, American 6495, with you 310.
American 6495, New York Center, welcome aboard. JetBlue 914, cross Westo at 6000.
Cross Westo 6000, JetBlue 914.
That is Mr. Markunis on New York Center. You are absolutely correct. Andrew Markunis
Delta
is
3672.
Padre
contact
Andrew
Boston,
on
correction,
Twitch.
Contact Washington Center 133.7. 3372 for that other. Good day.
New York Center, good evening. Bonanza 3270 Zulu on the ground, Farmdale with the weather, taxi. VFR North.
And Bonanza 70 Zulu, runway 14, taxi via Alpha.
So we're going to
Republic
pretend that
Alpha
we did a run-up
975.
chat. Obviously, in the real airplane, you'd go over into the run-up area, you'd do a
145,
run-up on both
Alpha,
the engines and this and that, whatever. But we're going to pretend that we did the run-up. And we're just going to go right up here to hold short and get ready for departure. Make sure the airplane's kind of all good to go here. One thing that I'm also going to do that I wouldn't have done in the real airplane, there was no autopilot on our Piper Warriors. There was autopilot on our Seminole that the school had, but we weren't really allowed to use it. But I am going to use the autopilot out of pure laziness tonight. So
And Piper 4 Mike Charlie, you're
don't
ready
judge
to
me
go.
too much. Seminole 124 Mike Charlie's ready, short of 14.
Oh, wind 1507, runway 14, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff for 14. Left down departure's alright. I'm gonna go with yes. So again, we're cheating a little bit here. That's why I said sort of going back to my roots chat, because we're sort of doing it. We're doing it the lazy man's way, but we're off and out of here. I think they changed the sounds on the
Fairwings 575.
Seminole here with an
clear
update,
direct
because it's
spec,
definitely a different
maintain
sound
flight level 27.
than it's been in the past. We'll go positive rate, no more usable runway gear coming up.
Clear direct. Fairwings 575, clear direct specs, then maintain flight level 27. Clear direct specs, then maintain flight level 70.
So we're gonna go 25 squared in the climb. And we're clear left. We'll turn left for our crosswind.
Delta 2169 cross Rakia 13000, the Allentown altimeter 2976.
And we're gonna climb up to 4,500 here, chat. And what I'm gonna do is, Markunis is a good controller, so I'm gonna do what I would normally do in terms of getting the flight following, like the normal calls that we did back when I was actually doing my training. So hopefully he'll play along accordingly. We'll see.
Hello there, Center Delta.
So now I'm gonna fly out here to the Northport Stacks at Farmingdale, or on the Long Island. The thing is, Northport Stacks, they don't come in that great on the sim here. So right here, you see this little inlet right here. Pretty much the Northport Stacks are just to the right of that. So we're gonna fly towards the stacks over there. Actually, where would the stacks be? Let's see.
Alright, so for departure journey on, couldn't we get the ILS?
Somewhere in this general area, but I don't know, remember it's here or if it's here is going to be the Northport Stacks in real life. You'd be able to see them very clearly
Rare configuration.
Alright, no problem. We'll go for that.
in the real airplane. But alright, we're going to go ahead and do what I said we were going to do, which is set the autopilot. So we're going to go ahead and just, we're going to hold just heading.
Zulu wind 1507,
Heading.
runway 14 for takeoff.
Vertical speed.
14 clear for takeoff, Bonanza 70.
And we're going to go ahead and put the autopilot on.
JetBlue 914, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000, JetBlue 914.
As we climb in altitude, you see our manifold pressure is going to go down a little bit, chat, so we have to remember to keep bringing that up to 25 as we're in the climb here.
Street, New York Center, friendly ILS runway 22 approach, LaGuardia altimeter 2972.
Plan the ILS 22, stop to 3053.
think we have to go a little bit more to the right here to get towards where like the actual Northport stacks will be. So I'm going to go about a 020 heading. Because again, you would be able to see them in real life. In the sim, not so much. They're really, I think, in this kind of general area, like right over here, roughly, is where we'd be looking. So that's where we're going to kind of fly out for the Northport stacks. Taken.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks for coming in today. Thank you for the resub, Ian. I appreciate it. Pilot 23, appreciate you resubbing. 9 months.
Fair Wings 575, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Do you just fly GA? For the stream and when I'm doing flight sim, yeah, pretty much ABC 047. I pretty much just do general aviation flying.
Fair Wings 5.
I fly commercial airliner in real life, so I keep it GA in the sim and on the stream.
Delta 3421, radar contact lost.
So again, we're climbing up to 4,500 feet here, chat. And that's what we're going to use as our cruisy-roos altitude for our first leg going westbound towards Stewart. Again, we're heading a little east right now, going towards what would be the north. And you can they kind of make them out there, chat. So this is what would be the Northwest stacks out over here. They don't do a great job with them, but that's kind of what we're looking for going to. So here's what we'll do. Yes, we'll request the mostly VFR 2. Yes, ABC 047. That's correct.
United 171.
Something happened here. I'm flying kind of crooked. Why am I flying kind of crooked here? Let's see if the airplane kind of figures that out. Might have hit a button and accidentally trimmed it a certain way.
American 6495, descend and maintain flight level 270. American 6495.
Not much to see with the wing views since we got big old wings on the way, but here's Long Island, of course.
JetBlue 914, descend and maintain 2000 and speed 190.
So we'll try and see if we can't get an appropriate flight following request here with New York Center. New York Center, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie.
Number 4, Mike Charlie, New York Center, go ahead.
Seminole 124, Mike Charlie is 4,800 over the Northport stacks. Would like VFR flight following to Sierra Whiskey Foxtrot. And I actually climbed higher than I wanted to, chat. Whoops, I only wanted to go 4,500. 7102, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie. So let me go ahead and get back down to my 4,500 feet here.
And Seminole 4, Mike Charlie, radar contact as reported. Welcome aboard.
4, Mike Charlie, thank you. That's as simple as it gets to picking up your flight following, chat. And I appreciate Andrew for playing along with that. Normally we'd be getting it from New York Approach on frequency 120.05, but there is nobody on New York Approach at the moment. So we're going to go 23 squared for the cruise here. Now that we're going to level off at our actual correct altitude of 4,500 that I blatantly flew through before. So there we go. We'll level off. So 2,300 on the manifold, 2,300 on the RPM. And that's roughly what we're looking for our cruise. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fast as we're going out to... and now, since we're over the Northport stacks, we're going to make our turn now to the Norwalk, Connecticut. So we need about a 360 degree heading is going to get us that to Norwalk. And you can see the town of Norwalk right there, so pretty easily visible. So we'll get that left turn going here to 360. Again, just like we have on our little flight plan, our little nav log as it would be here for 11 miles. And then we'll do about a 323 after that, going to the lake here right in front of the town of Yorktown, which is the plan.
Just put me back to you, 125.
Kind of follow along that way. Similar to what I would have been doing in the Piper Warrior in real life as a student pilot during my long solo cross country.
Washington 133.72.
3372 for JetBlue 1032.
Center, Airport comes in 3841 with you at Newark, altitude 2978. 65 hard clearance to Norfolk. Air Wisconsin.
ABC 047. In real life, I used to fly the 145, but I'm currently in training to fly the 175. Once we get over the town of Norwalk here, chat, like I said, we're going to make that about a 320 heading going towards the town of Yorktown, and we'll have that lake there that we'll look for as our next reference point.
At your 10 o'clock and 13 miles from the site.
Airport inside, JetBlue 914.
JetBlue 914, clear the visual, runway 14 approach. Westchester altimeter 2974.
So right now, if we look at the weather for Stewart in real world, because the controller is going to give us something along those lines, we're looking at, let's refresh it here real quick, because there's a storm overhead right now in real life. But the last report was 300 at 6, ceiling broken 10-10,000, so 306. We can expect runway 27 expect runway 27 over at Stewart. ABC, I don't have a personal Discord. Never have and probably never will have my own personal Discord. But I do have this. There's a Discord for the Virtual USA Flying Club. The Virtual USA Flying Club is a general aviation flying club on the VATSIM network. That we do a lot of GA events and things like that. You do need to be a VATSIM member to join. But if you're a VATSIM member, ABC 047, and you enjoy flying GA, then you would want to take a look at that Discord, the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord. But I do not have my own personal Discord. And I don't really have a set schedule either, because being a real world airline pilot kind of is difficult to have a set schedule when it comes to streaming. So I kind of just stream as I can when I can. Alright, so we're over our point now of Norwalk, Connecticut. So let's go about the 320. We'll call it about a 325 heading to the left here to go towards our lake in near Yorktown, and that's going to be our next little point that we're following along
Mike,
here.
you can plan runway 27 into Stewart altimeter 2973.
Seminole 124, my Charlie. Downwind Sim, thank you for coming in today. I'm doing good, sir. Enjoying the last little bit of my break this week before I go back down to Dallas to start the sim training. It seems like it's flying by. I've been home for, it'll have been 6 full days, and I've already done, this is the 5th day. Tomorrow's the 6th full day, and just like blink of an eye, just like that, poof. Like I just got home, and now I'm already going to be going back down to Dallas on Friday for sim training. It's amazing how quickly life goes. Like a blink of an eye. By the way, you guys can't see her, but behind me, Delilah.
Traffic at your 12 o'clock and 10 miles, level 2000, Boeing, or correction, Airbus 320.
Looking, Seminole 124, my Charlie. I've got Delilah sitting behind me, sleeping. She's sleeping on the floor, but can't see her. She's offline, but life of an airline pilot, indeed. Not home super often, that's for sure. Not anymore. I was home a lot in 2020 between the shoulder injury and between COVID. But now once I finish training and I'm going to have to commute to Dallas, it's I'm going to be home a lot less, so I'm going to be streaming a lot less. It's unfortunate, but, you know, got real world responsibilities, got a paycheck I need to make flying the 175, so it sucks I won't be able to stream as much for you guys down the road here. But I'll still do it when I can, when I have the free time, of course. Things are going good down with Sims. Second time through, I'm done with all of the ground stuff, and now, like I said, just start the Sims this weekend, and hopefully no delays, no distractions, nothing to interrupt all that. Get through the Sims, get through the check ride, and wait for my IOE, which will probably happen pretty quick in succession afterwards as well. Sending pets to Delilah's way. Yep, she's. I will make sure to give her those pets later. Don't worry, she gets plenty of pets in this house too. So that's never something you're gonna have to worry about. I gotta lower the V-Pilot. I feel like it's way too loud. Some of the pilots and the controller.
United 171. What is your request?
So there's not a whole lot to see out here, but that lake is usually pretty definitive when we get closer to Yorktown to be able to kind of see it.
Yorktown is United 171.
So I actually intend to commute at the start here. Once I finish training, I'm going to commute from New York to Dallas. I don't plan on moving. There's no solid 100% that I'm going to move to Dallas yet. I'm going to see how the commute goes first and see how much I can tolerate it or not tolerate it for a period of time before I decide if I'm going to make the life decision of moving from New York to Dallas. It's something that hasn't fully been decided yet. Let's put it that way.
JetBlue 914, wind 090 at 6, runway 16 for
Alright, runway 16,
Southwest 3853, descend and maintain 2000, that's speed 190.
2000, speed 190, Southwest 3853. United 171, first level,
You know, commuting is not easy, and it's certainly not going to be easy going all the way from New York to Dallas on the commute, but... And that's also a possibility. You know how many people have been telling me I need to find a Texas girl? It's insane recently.
So I do not have any, I cannot give you any procedures into Washington. That's outside of my airspace. That will just continue to descend, maintain.
Maybe that is what I need to do though, Chad. Maybe I do need to find myself a Texas girl. But right now, I do not have an intention of moving 100% to Dallas yet. There's a plan to potentially do it, but there's no 100% set in stone. I'm moving there. I'm not looking for a place or anything like that yet. My home is still here in New York with my parents. It's nice not having to pay rent and all that. So, but we'll see just how much the commute eats away at me when it starts. And I haven't done it yet, so I don't know yet. So.
3853, fly heading 040.
Heading 040, Southwest 3853.
At the minimum, it would be something different in terms of the women down in Texas, because I have certainly had not having any luck with the ladies here in New York. That's for sure. I am very much single.
Speedbird 40 Foxtrot, stand by for pre-departure clearance.
So here we are coming up to some lakes, chap, but I believe this one out in front of us here is the one that we're looking for. This is the shape, and then you got the town of Yorktown would be right there. This is the shape of the lake that we're looking for as our mark. This little small lake with like the little hook in there. So if we look over here at Sky Vector, you see we've got the bigger lake that we're kind of coming over right now almost, and I'll do an outside view in a second. But then we've got this little, it almost looks like it's kind of a curved lake here right in front of Yorktown that we're going to come up to, and I believe that's what we're looking at out in front of us. So you can see we've got the longer, bigger kind of lakes here, and then there's a gap, and then you have this lake that's right in front of the town of Yorktown right here. So that's what we're looking for. So that's going to be our next little point, and then from there we're just going to kind of keep pretty much the same heading, maybe go more like a 330 almost, so just turn right a little bit, and that's going to take us closer towards the direction of the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, which is going to eventually take us into Stewart Newburgh Airport. Alex MC259 says, go to the Russia. Not just Russia, he wants me to go to the Russia. Unfortunately, I usually don't take the request of the chat. Usually I have everything kind of planned out for what I'm doing. Today I'm doing specifically Republic to Stewart to Hartford to Republic for the flight that I'm doing this evening. I do like the way that you said go to the Russia. That was pretty funny.
14000.
Buddy Sean is flying with us.
JetBlue 914, welcome to West.
He's back here somewhere. I'm not seeing him.
Alpha, Roger,
I think he's around us somewhere here. He is connected to the network. Now that he has thankfully got his VATSIM all working again, which is nice.
Roger, thanks for flying.
But he's kind of just going to be shadowing us tonight.
Delta 21, Park, heading 090.
Perhaps Alex's comment was referring to finding a wife. So the girl that I was dating between August and November was Moldovan, which is kind of close to Ukrainian and Russian. She spoke Russian. Didn't work out, but still friends with her. She's cool. But it's funny that you bring that up. Do you know how long it takes to get accepted into the Discord? Did you put the information in there? Yeah, you did. So ABC, if you put your information in there, I can take care of that for you right now. Give me 1 second. Let me do some computer magic, and I can get you accepted into the Virtue Safe Flying Club Discord. Give me 1 second. All right, very good. All right, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And you should be good now. I'm not going to say your name out loud, but you should be good.
I see a Blinken over there.
So Sean's saying he's about 2 miles. Behind me. I'm not seeing any flashing lights or anything. It's
to your left.
back and to my left. Okay. Yeah, so it'd be right around here somewhere. It's hard to see other aircraft on Flight Sim 2020, chat. There's no doubt about that. It is hard to see other aircraft flying around here on the network. So I'm not really able to see him. But he's back there with us, so that's always good. So coming up here, you can see we've got this little bit of terrain on the west side, or the east side of the river here. Of course, west side as we come through the Hudson Valley area, which this is the Hudson Valley area, chat. It is not upstate yet. It is the Hudson Valley area, and if you call it upstate, I'm gonna hate you. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Sir, the Hudson Valley is upstate.
Ian, I don't need your bullcrap right now, okay?
I'm more upstate than you two are.
Yes, so you should know that the Hudson Valley is not upstate, because you were actually upstate.
I love hearing the same thing twice.
Me too. So nice, you heard it twice.
So if we look out in the distance, we will soon be able to see, when it loads up, we'll be able to see Stewart Airport, which is pretty much, I can make the outline of it. The sim doesn't have it loading in very well, but you can kind of make the outline of it, and I'm familiar with the area enough to know exactly where it is. So we'll be doing our top of descent here pretty soon, and calling the center, letting them know that we have the field in sight here pretty soon. We don't want to descend too early because we do have this little bit of mountainous area on the Dutchess County side of the river that we need to clear. Maybe that's not even the Dutchess County side, but I call it the Beacon side, I guess. I don't know. I'm also not flying as much towards the river as I want to be, or as close to the bridge, so I really gotta, you know what, I never did adjust my heading to like that 330, so let's go ahead to the right here and get closer to what would be the Newburgh Beacon Bridge. That one's on me.
I can get the NETAR for Stewart.
See, now the wind shifted, chat. It was 270 before, but now the wind at Stewart is 09019 gust 26. So the wind's really definitely shifted with this.
We hear you 5x5, how?
Loud and clear, center.
No, I can't hear anybody.
Oh boy.
Negative. Ah! That's him!
Nobody struggles more with the connection to VATSIM than Andrew Marcunis, chat. He's always struggling with his internet connection or his VATSIM connection and all that. It's just a constant struggle for him, and I feel so bad.
The Orange County Airport.
But we're going to go ahead and start our descent here.
We hear you 5 by 5.
Loud and clear.
I think I found the problem. Thank you.
American 475
American 475, New York Center, welcome aboard.
New York Center, Wisconsin 3841 at north, clock 101 up to north 4, 2902 on the outside.
We'll start bringing the power back here, start getting our descent going.
Okay, Air Wisconsin, 3841, stand by.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm going to do a full stop taxi back.
3. Wind. Where'd LaGuardia go? Oh, there it is. LaGuardia, wind 1404 at 4, runway 22 for the land.
Clear line, runway 22, Southwest 3853.
I know where LaGuardia
Center, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie, starting our Vfr Descent, Stewart Airport in sight.
is. And November 4, Mike Charlie, Roger, report final, runway 27.
Alright, report final for runway 27, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie.
Air Wisconsin 3841, runway 22 right at Whiskey, taxi.
Showing a much different wind.
Bravo, Romeo, Whiskey, 22, right at Whiskey, Air Wisconsin 34.
My correction, Bravo, Kilo, Romeo, Whiskey, my apologies.
So we're going to have to change that up for him.
Bravo, Kilo, Romeo, Whiskey, Air
There's a landing gear warning, we'll try not to do that. There's a new route being bridge, by the way, Chad.
Delta 5222 in New York Center, I think about it, sir.
So actually, let's go ahead and get the autopilot off at this point. We're going to hand fly the rest of the way here.
Delta 5222, preliminary request, stand by.
And center for Seminole 124, Mike Charlie. Looks like the winds at Stewart favor in runway 9. Any chance we can get runway 9?
Roger, yeah, report base, runway 9, Stewart.
Alright, we'll join the, do a right down for you for runway 9 for Seminole 124, Mike Charlie.
New York Center, Bonanza 7 Sierra Zulu, 7 miles east of Stewart, with the weather to land.
So we'll go ahead and start descending to the traffic pattern altitude, which at Stewart, the traffic pattern altitude is going to be 1,500. Field elevation is just shy of 500. So we'll join the right down here and get down to our 1,500 feet. So we're looking right over here. You can see field elevation. Hello? Where's the field elevation listed on here?
And November is 70 Zulu, enter right downwind, runway 9er, Stewart altimeter 29er.
Anyways, get the idea. 491 right here, you can see it, TPA 1,500. So we're going to send down to our traffic pattern altitude, 1,500 feet, and to the right down for runway 9. We'll do a full stop taxi back, and we'll get right on down to our next leg of it.
Sierra Zulu, 5 miles east.
Yeah, he just called you, actually.
With the weather to land.
And 70 Zulu, enter right downwind, runway 9er, Stewart altimeter 29er, 78.
Right downwind, runway 9er, 7 Sierra Zulu.
Yeah, I called him. I guess I didn't hit the button hard enough.
No, he heard you and he called you back and told you into the right downwind. I don't know if you maybe misheard, didn't hear him.
Speed 190.
It's all good. Works in the end. So I'm coming in here a little bit hotter than I planned.
I see.
So we're going to have to really get into the downwind and get ourselves slowed up to make a nice proper landing here. Andrew's still kind of struggling a little bit with his comms a little bit, it sounds like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just get this down right here. Go ahead and cancel the warning horn because it's really annoying. So we really need to start getting ourselves slowed down here as we get to join here in the downwind. We'll go ahead and get our first notch of flaps in now in the white arc. We'll go ahead and also get our gear down, so now we don't have to worry about the horn. Seminole 124 Mike Charlie, right down runway 9.
You were 7.
Southwest 3853, welcome aboard. Exit left when able.
I accidentally stepped on him apparently. Whoop. So we'll get our mixture prop full as well now. Center Seminole 124 Mike Charlie, right down runway 9.
Seminole 4 Mike Charlie, wind is 10019, gust 26, runway 9, clear to land.
9 clear to land, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie.
Delta 21.
So the wind is not going to be that gusty in the sim chat since we have it set just to clear skies. So unfortunately we're not going to get any decent crosswind. But for the purpose of what we're doing, this is fine. So we're just going to wait now until the runway is all the way behind, 45 degrees behind our right wing. We'll do our base turn, we'll do our final turn, we'll do a full stop, we'll taxi back to runway 9, we'll take off and start heading towards Hartford for the second leg. Oh, I almost forgot to put the landing rate meter on. Let's do that right now. Oh boy.
American 475, clear direct effect, center maintain.
Real quick, geez, shortcut. There we go. Now the landing rate meter's on. So if you guys want to put a landing rate guess in, now would be the time to do it. You put in a number, positive or negative, doesn't matter. You do not need the exclamation point predict to put a landing rate guess into the chat. Where you think my landing is going to be here, the first one of the night. That's Stewart and the PA44. Sean's guessing 182. We'll start our base turn. Caster Troy, thanks for coming in today. Oh, it looks like we got some spam here that we need to ban. Here we go. Go ahead and ban spam.
3841, turn left heading 190. Wind.
Nick, good luck on your homework, buddy. Not my best base turn ever, but we'll go ahead and get the second notch flaps in, start slowing this thing up a little bit more.
Bonanza 7 Sierra Zulu. Seeing the numbers of Niner right down with runway 9er, traffic ahead in sight.
And November is 70.
I really like this plane too.
10019.
Get our flaps full. Gear down, flaps full. We're clear to land runway 9. Landing rate guesses, now's the time to get them in. Last call, chat, last call.
Say again, you were stepped on.
So I remember to turn the landing rate meter on just in time. What do you think my landing rate's gonna be?
United 2606 is going to maintain flight level 270.
Get slightly low. We got plenty of runway though. We just got to make sure we get to the threshold here for 9. Big old displaced threshold. Stewart actually one of the handcrafted airports in Flight Sim 2020, which is awesome since it's my home airport. Kind of lucked out with that. Let's see, what's my landing gonna be? Pretty good. Oh, I kind of did a double tap here, but minus 45. Ooh, a little bit weird on the brakes there. Kind of a little squirrely, but not bad at all though.
Air Wisconsin 3841 radar contact.
Definitely felt pretty good on that one.
Turn right direct elevate, climb and maintain.
We're gonna go ahead and take the reverse here.
Right direct elevate.
So we can get off the runway for our buddy Sean, and also we're just gonna taxi back here.
Delta 2169, wind 250 at 9, runway 22 left.
We'll send our next flight plan. And since we're going east, we're going to go in odd altitude now to Hartford. We're going to go to 5,500 feet for this leg.
There's another aircraft checking in.
Center Seminole 124 Mike Charlie is off on, I believe this is Alpha 5 or Alpha 6 here at Stewart. I'd like to taxi back to runway 9 for departure VFR to the east.
And Seminole 4 Mike Charlie, right Alpha back to runway 9.
Alpha to 9, Seminole 4 Mike Charlie. So the plane's already kind of set up for everything. There's nothing really that we need to do there except for to get the trim for takeoff, which it pretty much already is, to be honest. We already have, I just refiled the flight plan, so we're going to go from Stewart to Hartford. So that's all kind of there and set and good for VATSIM, and then we'll work on a takeoff clearance. And there's our buddy Sean, by the way. There he is, coming in. He's in a Baron. Showing up not as a Baron, but he's in a Baron. Coming in. Oh, no, it is a Baron, actually. He's coming in on a Baron here. Definitely stuck the landing on that one. Yeah, we'll depart off of runway 9 here, and we'll make our way
American
to Hartford
9731,
for our next leg.
request, stand by.
So I'm going to take a look and see who had the best landing rate guess here in a second, chat. So we only had 2 guesses. We had minus 110 and minus 180, so the minus 110 was closer. Good job, Gratson, dude. You're going to be closest to that minus 45 that we got. 2 more landings to go here still. We're going to go to Hartford next, and then back to Republic.
American 5183, New York Center, welcome aboard.
Again, if you're just joining us, thanks for coming in today. I am mimicking what I did for my solo cross-country, the long solo cross-country as a student pilot. Back when I was a student at Farmingdale, I did it in a Piper Warrior and not a Piper Seminole, so that's kind of a little bit of a difference there, but I'm doing roughly about the same thing I did when I was a student, kind of mimicking this. I'm also not using real weather or real time. I'm at dead time and just clear skies because right now it's bad weather here where I'm at. So.
At Alpha 4, taxi back to runway 9 for departure to the east.
And we got our buddy Sean joining us as well.
Runway 9er taxi via Alpha.
9er via Alpha 70.
American 1544, descend and maintain 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000 American.
So we're going to go back to Squawk and VFR, reset everything, get ready to go. And Center Seminole 124 Mike Charlie, short of 9, it's Stuart, ready for departure.
And 704 Mike Charlie, wind 100 at 19, gust 26, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
9 clear for takeoff, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie.
American 475.
So eastbound departure, we're just going to go straight out, kind of go right towards the Newburgh Beacon Bridge to kind of start this second leg here. And then I'll talk more once we get airborne about what exactly we're going to be looking for in terms of points here on our VFR flight plan.
Air West Coast 3831.
Yeah, flashing lights.
220.
Do I see you taxiing?
United 2606.
I saw you land. I definitely saw you land, Sean. I definitely saw you land. Where you see? Yeah, I see you taxiing. You're right out over there. Eee. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our takeoff.
And Delta 2169, you can taxi to parking via Echo Alpha, cross runway 22 right.
And we're airborne. I'm going to put the gear up right away because we have so much runway usable that, let's say if we lost a couple or one of our engines right now, we could just come back and land right on the runway. But now, we're at the point nobody uses our runway, positive brake gear is coming up.
Roger.
And we're climbing out to 5,500. Again, we're straight out departure here going to the east, so it's a pretty straight shot. Nothing crazy about this one.
And Delta 1795 cross Hogs, flight level 1930. You can find the RNAV through the runway 13 left approach.
Go ahead and get our climb power 25 squared set here.
American 1544, turn left heading 220.
As we leave my hometown area. It was nice when I did my solo cross country as a student pilot. I actually met my parents at the airport at Stewart. They actually met me at the airport at the FBO, and I got to hang out with them for a little bit before then kind of continuing on with the rest of my flight. So that was always kind of cool. It was just a neat thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on the autopilot right now. Again, we're going to go heading vertical speed. I forgot to put the vertical speed set, which is why we're freaking putting our nose down here. There we go. That's going to be a little more better. Kind of let George do the work here a little bit for us.
What, man? What do you want?
Oh, thanks for coming in today, buddy. It's going.
It's speeding.
What?
He's streaming.
Like on Twitch?
Yes. New York Center, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie.
4 Mike Charlie, New York Center.
New York Center, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie is over the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, 2,900. Like VFR flight following to Hartford, Hotel Foxtrot Delta.
And Seminole 4 Mike Charlie, reset transponders, Fox 717.
Trailed out at the end, I believe you said 7174 for 4 Mike Charlie.
7172.
7172, there we go, 4 Mike Charlie.
Air Wisconsin 3841, contact Washington Center 13317. 133.
So over the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, here's our route, chat. We're going to take the bridge here. We're going to hold this about 090 heading.
I'm flying in trail.
704 Mike Charlie. So we're just going to kind of hold about this 090 heading, chat, and that's going to take us out over to Stormville, which is November 6-9, our next little visual point. From Stormville, we'll do about a 093 heading to get over towards this kind of highway railroad intersection here near like Terryville. And then we'll also have Robertson Field, which is 4 Bravo 8, which is going to kind of be our lead in the 10 miles out from Hartford Brainerd, which is our next destination.
You missed General, flight level 230, descend and maintain, flight level 190.
Why is Discord so quiet? I need to fix this.
Delta 4140 here.
What am I flying? The Bonanza.
Oh, sorry about that. Down to 190. I believe you told me to land. You told me to land at 230 for 4040.
So again, we're climbing at 5,500 eastbound odd altitude. This flight,
We'll go down to 190.
try and remember to actually maintain the correct altitude. Level off at the correct altitude this time. Mike Cilantro, the man says, Melvin Leroy, thank you for the 13th month resub. 13 months. I really appreciate it, Mr. Leroy. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in today, buddy.
American 1544.
I am mimicking the long solo cross country that I did as a student pilot, working on my private pilot license, in terms of the actual route itself, and a little bit in terms of the points that I used in terms of planning. Not so much the aircraft, obviously, because I did not use a Seminole when I did my private pilot training. I used the Piper Warrior, so that's really kind of the big difference there. But otherwise, that's kind of what we're doing right now.
ILS 13 left unavailable. It's only configured when LaGuardia is landing ILS 13, and that's a rear configuration.
How long ago did I get my private? I got my private pilot license in the year 2011. So that would be about, pretty much about 10 years ago. That's when I got my private pilot license. It would have been closer towards like, I think it was May, sometime in May of 2011, so almost about 10 years since I've been a certified pilot.
Left Bravo, November, Papa Foxtrot.
Not bad, all things considered.
Actually, second right, we have Bravo, November.
Manfred von Farthenven, interesting name, says the Devils suck. Okay, so...
November, correction. Bravo.
I am a Devils fan,
Papa,
as many in the chat know. Unfortunately, the truth is that they do suck. I'm not even going to try and sit here and sugarcoat it. I almost forgot my altitude again, chat. Jesus Christmas. Went over by about 100 feet. Let's go ahead and get this back down here. But yes, as it stands, the New Jersey Devils this season, once again, very much do suck. It's a factual statement. As much as I hate to admit it as a Devils fan, it is what it is.
Negative, stand up in your seat.
Okay, there it is.
Exactly, Air Flight, they do. Again, it kind of is what it is. All right, so for 5,500, we're cruising along now. We're looking for the Stormville Airport, which is November 69. Giggity.
Mike's up here somewhere. 5,500.
And that's going to be our first kind of point that we're using here as we go on our way to
Delta
Harvard.
1544, turn left heading 220.
Stewart.
I like that paint job.
Yeah, it's brand new. Just download it. That's really nice.
Delta 1544, turn left heading 220.
So we'll try and keep our eyes out for that Stormville strip here.
The girl that used to run it, that blue color.
By the way, if you're not already following Eric Flight, make sure you follow Eric Flight. Very good general aviation streamer on Twitch, just like myself. Also a certified private pilot, so you can get a lot of good knowledge from him. So definitely make sure you check him out. I should be at 23 squared for my cruise here. There we go. We got Compilation Kid with a couple of zeros in there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in today. So again, we're looking for our November 69. That is the actual identifier. It's November 69 airport for our first kind of VFR waypoint. And actually, it's right here. We're flying right over it. I don't think it's paved. I don't think it's paved in real life, chat.
Ready? I'm gonna scratch my nose right now.
Port LaGuardia heading 130.
Don't think that's quite accurate.
LaGuardia.
That is the visual point that we're looking for. So now we want to be about a 093 heading for our next point.
Right. Be quiet back there. I'll turn this plane around.
Ding, ice conditions, SPS. Oh boy. Ding.
Just grabbing an air, hoping to grab something.
Pretzels or Biscoff? Pretzels. I prefer the pretzels personally. I'm tired of those cookies. Oh, Delilah wants to leave the room, chat. Hang on one second. Let me let her go to bed. Go ahead, Delilah. Be free. There you go.
Got to fly the 280 painted Sears today for the first time.
That's cool. That's
you
the,
hear my friends
right?
Sean and Brandon and Ian talking in the background in the Discord chat, by the way.
Not a six-pack, it's the R9 Abaddon.
Talking about airplanes, of course. So we passed Stormville. Now we're looking towards the highway, railroad tracks here out about the 095 heading, and then, of course, to Robinson Field after that. Yeah, I'm a little bit past that, so you're not too far behind me.
That's where the county fair is. Flea market.
That's the Dutchess County Fair, right?
I don't think it's actually. I don't think it's like the Dutchess County Flea Market. I've been there. I would not recommend trying to land a plane there in an emergency.
I flew right today. There's stuff on the runway.
Well, just the condition.
Am I filling out my lab log? No, like I said, I'm only sort of doing what I would have been doing. I also didn't open a flight service. No, I didn't do any of those things. We're doing this the lazy man's way. We're just kind of mimicking what I did. But yes, those are things that you would be doing, Chad. You would be filling out your nav log so that way when you get back to Farmingdale, your instructor could look it over, see how close to accurate you were in terms of the times and everything. And then you would also, even though you're getting flight following from ETC, you'd still open a VFR flight plan with flight service. That was something that Farmingdale always trained us to do. So. Did I start my timer? Where's your CFI? See, I'm doing this solo. This is my long solo cross country as a student pilot, so there was no CFI in the plane when you're doing that. Everyone's a comedian in the chat right now. And I'm okay with that. You guys have as much fun as you want in the chat. I'm happy to have you guys watching me this evening. I appreciate your support. Gear Up Landing says, the F-word VFR flight plans only bitches do that. No, that's not true. VFR flight plans as a student pilot or as a private pilot doing VFR flying is very important. And doing even filing flight plans with flight service VFR is all very important because then you have someone looking for you in case you get lost or in case you crash. You know, you always want someone to come find you for, God forbid, you know, you ever had a crash. So it's good to do those things. It's not stuff that you want to ignore.
Hey, what is that?
600 LT outside today, Sean.
Oh yeah.
Now you can do that on a cell phone with text. That's true. Yeah, it's a lot easier now with the technology. You can do those things through like ForeFlight and other things like that. But I used to do it the old-fashioned way, call up.
Those are nice.
Used to always also get a standard weather briefing before every cross-country flight as well. You always get a standard weather briefing before every cross-country flight. And actually, my buddy Sean here can tell you all you guys a story about how getting the standard briefing actually saved him as a pilot.
No, I don't need to tell that story.
Okay, fair enough. Let's just say that always get a standard briefing. Let's put it that way, chat.
I want a 600 LT with a hood, with a roof scoop, though.
Oh
fly through the TFR and get some formation out with that F-16. Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to do aeroplaning. Definitely.
Like all carbon fiber.
Definitely not what you want to do. Awesome photo. I'm just gonna bust TFR. Yeah, it'd be quite a photo, but then you would also lose your certificate. So I mean,
I'm gonna have to make 3D print a hood scoop when I just replace my sunroof with it on my car. It's all about that induction noise.
Yeah, it just comes right into the cabin now. Hits you in the face.
Feel that cold blast of air.
So I got plenty of fuel still on board. Don't worry about that. Temps are good.
Really cold. Getting that nice
Cruising along on our way to Hartford.
Delta 899.
Crossing over this little river right here. You see, guys, right down out our window, we got this little river. So if we open up our sectional chart, that's going to be right here. We're crossing this little kind of river that we got going on right here near New Milford is kind of about where we're at.
I don't know, half a mile behind you.
Let's see if we can see Sean behind us here. Saying he's about a mile behind. Do you have all your lights on?
Yeah, I got my strobes and my landing light on. Turn my taxi light on too.
It's so hard to see traffic in Flight Sim 2020.
Delta 133 maintain.
I didn't even have that label thing turned off, but
oh, there he is. I see him.
Don't show it. I do see your lights.
Right there.
Whoa.
Mouse, come on, Mouse, work with me. There he is, Chad, right there. Right above my tail. See him
yesterday about like
right there. There is Sean, coming up right on our butt here. Right around where my mouse is circling.
They don't make the Seminole anymore, right?
The Seminole they do, yeah, for flight schools. There's a bunch, a few of those.
7.
0. Not a one.
Stage 3
for the
on
whole
set.
year? 2020?
Yeah.
Alpha, descent to maintain 2000 West.
They're probably like by appointment only, like if they got an order. You're like, oh, can you probably wait a year? Oh, there you are.
You also don't text and fly, chat, but again, VATSIM, baby.
All the light twins out there now.
United 466, are you with me?
We'll make that ILS. Rep that right over there right now.
Yeah, we used to call that the PA44, the Seminole, that all the time. Believe me, I used to say that all the time too. I'm not going to say it on the stream because I try and keep my stream somewhat PG, but
on your left.
Apparently I'm being passed on my left here, chat. Oh yeah, I see him back there. Nice and... oh my god, Mouse, can you
Delta
stop?
1795 cross 12-3000 for the RNAV, runway 13 left approach.
There he is. Coming in hot. He's in a Baron, so he's a little bit faster than me in the Seminole here. He's going to beat us to Hartford.
Bonanza.
Heading 220, 2000.
Bonanza. Showing up as Baron, but Bonanza. Still faster. He's got his gear down, apparently, according to this.
United 466 is going to maintain 8,000.
Again, VATSIM doesn't have the same kind of refresh rate or like the mechanics that POSCON does when it comes to like gear, flaps, lights, and the refresh rate. But you can kind of get an idea of where he's at coming up on our left side here.
American 90.
He shows up as a twin, so that's good.
Right, taxi via left Bravo, November, Papa.
What's your indicated?
Gear up landing. Like I said, I'm doing daytime instead of night because when I did my actual private solo cross country, it was during the daytime. And I'm also not using real weather because Rex Weather Force is not working. So I just kind of set it to clear because I was like, oh, that's my excuse.
Oh man, he's only cow flaps. Yeah, that's important. I forgot about those too.
Is that Rex Weather Force wasn't working today, so.
120 at 3, runway 13 right for takeoff.
Say again?
Did you fly from Farmingdale?
Yeah, I did Farmingdale Stewart, doing Stewart to Hartford, and then Hartford back to Stewart. 134.7 for Mike Charlie. Thank you, Andrew.
Back to Stewart or Farmingdale?
So, Hartford back to Farmingdale. Just like I did my private solo.
Yeah, he said back to Stewart. It's like, I don't think you went there.
Yeah.
Very good.
I tried to get him to go to Bridgeport because Bridgeport's got a Custom scenery.
Can I pump the music? I can turn the music up a little
4235,
more.
radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, turn right direct to Concord.
Do you have the autopilot on, Mike?
I do.
Does it work? Looks like it's working.
Boston Center, good evening. Seminole 124, Mike Charlie, VFR 5500.
701-249 Charlie, Boston Center, good evening. Bradley 8 is Charlie, altimeter 2984, can expect runway 6, traffic 11 o'clock, 1 mile, same direction, aircraft type unknown, altitude gate 5,500.
Traffic in sight for Mike Charlie, and just to confirm, we are going to Hartford.
Oh, well, that's going to be tough landing on runway 6 then, isn't it?
A little bit.
For Mike Charlie, the Hartford, altimeter 2985, and expect runway 2, port the airport in sight.
All right, 2985, we'll report the airport in sight for Mike Charlie. So runway 2, so we're going to be coming in here. We're coming from the west, so this is pretty simple. We're going to join most likely left base. I think that's what they would give us. Either, it would be a left downwind. Yeah, we'll just do a left downwind for runway 2. They either give us a left downwind or left base for runway 2 into Hartford doing this. So we'll plan on either the left downwind or the left base for runway 2 at Hartford. Diverge to Chester, real man's. So I've actually landed in Chester in real life before, and it is tricky, A, to find, and B, also then to land on. I did that in the Warrior, and it was a little sketchy,
I like the faded blue
to be
tail
honest.
number.
Boss.
Delta Concord 7689 Boston Center, hello, climb and maintain for level 350.
Hartford, that's pretty funny.
I got flight level 350, Delta Concord.
Yes, in real life I've landed at Chester
turn
before.
10 degrees right, back to the throttle.
I have. That is, those are true facts that I'm laying down on you, Chet. I have landed at that airport.
United 2606, contact Boston approach 133.0.
So we should be coming up on our little highway railroad intersection here, Chet, pretty soon. I believe this is it, actually. So here's the point we're looking for, right here. There's like a little river, there's a highway, and there's train tracks, and all that is legitimately right in front of us here. So that's going to be our next VFR waypoint that we kind of had on our little flight plan. So now we come here, and now we're just 9 more miles looking for the airport of Robertson Field, which is 4 Bravo 8, and that's going to be 10 miles out for Hartford right there. And we'll probably do the left base, like I said, for runway 2 going into Hartford.
Especially doing 150 knots. No way.
260, direct Hampton, Eagle, Falcon 9. Delta 4235, climb and maintain 14,000. Number 50 kilo, descend at positive discretion, maintain 6,000. Delta 4235, clear direct Puppy.
Will I get out at the FBO? Oh, what will I get at the FBO? So at the Hartford FBO, what do we get at the Hartford FBO? I forget. I don't think there was anything. There wasn't anything really that special at the Hartford FBO.
Delta 70, Delta
I don't even think they had popcorn.
You can expect a level 450 for
Groton had popcorn, I remember.
I planned 2,000 the first half hour, and then 2,000 after that.
I don't remember Hartford having anything that special. To be honest, in terms of FBO food.
Falcon 9, I have you about 2,000 feet high there. Descend and maintain for level 2.
So we're going to start our VFR descent here, chat, because we're getting pretty close.
Oh my god, they're all over South Florida. Like, if I moved there, I could probably find a
Falcon
job.
9, production of flight, I can offer you 26 or 24, which one would you like?
It's also makes it really hard to believe. I see a couple of them at Tearborough, and it's like hard to believe no one wants to fly
for
them.
level 260.
Yeah.
Up to level 260, thanks for y'all.
Yeah, seems like there's a ton.
A good view outside here of our Seminole.
November 6656 on Boston Center.
Hey, from just best call 6656.
Don't forget to call the air. Yes, got to make sure to call the air boss when we get down. That's for sure. Always got to let the school know where you are, especially when you're on your student solo. And we would be topping off the gas too at every airport we stopped at. Also, that was one of the things we did.
Delta 133 with you at 1,000, climb to flight level 270.
Delta 133 Boston Center. Hello.
Could I demonstrate a slip-on landing? That is actually something I could do if you guys want. I could try and do a slip into Hartford here if you guys wanted me to. Slip landing is when you slip off the rudder pedals because your feet are wet. That's pretty funny. Oh man, that's actually really funny. Here's our Robertson Field right here, by the way, chat, right off our nose. This is that 4 Bravo 8 Robertson strip that we're looking for as our next point. So now it's just a matter of a straight shot into Hartford. And we're going to plan on doing the left base for runway 2.
Double 133, climb and maintain full level 230. That's going to be your final today for traffic.
I'm not going to do a double pop strike. I can try and simulate a slip into the landing, though. We'll do that. I'll intentionally stay high and try and do that for you guys here on this one. No problem doing that one for you. So the airport's going to be right here. I can just, again, kind of make the outline. It hasn't really loaded in all the way yet, but I can kind of make the outline of it. It's right along the river right there, so I am going to call the field in sight. Boston Center, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie. We have Hartford in sight.
Medevac Charlie, Golf Oscar, Whiskey Delta, Boston Center.
I might have stepped on someone.
Go ahead. Charlie Golf Oscar, Whiskey Delta, Medevac, clear to the Boston Airport via the Portland 6 departure. Radar vectors Kennebunk, then as filed. Maintain 3000. Departure on this frequency. Squawk 4662.
So I'm going to kind of level off here and do more of that actual left base for runway 2. Didn't mean to step on him, but it happened.
Charlie Golf Oscar Whiskey Delta Medevac, readback is correct. Expect runway 29er.
Center Seminole 124, Mike Charlie, Hartford in sight.
Apologies again, we're getting a couple on ones there. Number 4 Mike Charlie, thank you. Radar service terminated. Squawk Vfr and report entering a left base runway 2.
We'll let you know we're on the left base for runway 2, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie.
And Charlie Golf Oscar Whiskey Delta Medevac, did you say you're ready to taxi? Charlie Golf Oscar Whiskey Delta Medevac, pushback at discretion. Runway 29er, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 18.
I'm not going to put the music any louder because it's a bit of a distraction.
Netted in 182 Boston Center, climb and maintain full level 360.
Sorry, United 382 at flight level 140.
United 382 Boston Center, climb and maintain full level 360.
United flight level 360, United 382.
American 5183 is going to maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000, American 5183.
And there was another N number calling Boston Center, say again.
So again, we're going to be pretty much just stay right where we're at right now. We'll do kind of a left base for runway 2. We got the river in sight, so that's going to be a pretty easy cue for us.
3270 Sierra Zulu Boston Center, the Hartford altimeter 2985. Port entering a 3-mile left base runway 2.
Hartford field elevation is 18 feet, so it's 1,000 feet. So we got to keep that descent coming. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and take the autopilot off and kind of do it ourselves here now.
Falcon 9er, go ahead.
Request step away for like 2 minutes.
Falcon 9er, approved as requested. Let me know you're back, please.
Roger. Austin Center, United 382 requesting to go away from Hartford for 10 minutes.
Right, how do I make a 3-mile extended final in the June?
Approved as requested. Let me know you're back.
Kenny Monster, Roger.
I mean, in the real plane, the new NXI just get procedure.
Number 7 Sierra Zulu, traffic 7 miles southwest of the Hartford Airport at 2,800 in eastbound PA44 on the extended left base runway 2. Expect to follow them and report the traffic in sight.
Roger, looking for traffic. 7 Sierra Zulu.
Yeah.
So looks like we are kind of setting ourselves up to do a little bit of that forward slip action since I'm coming in here pretty high. Let's cancel the gear warning so I can start slowing down here. Downwind Sim's trying not to be lost in Idaho. That seems about right for you, Downwind Sim. You're always trying to get lost trying to not get lost, but get lost somewhere out in the bush.
254 Boston Center, good evening. Clear to the Atlantic City Airport.
So that all kind of adds up.
For departure. Then as filed, maintain 10,000. Departure on this frequency, squawk 4650.
Let's go ahead and get the first notch flaps in. And again, we have the runway in sight right here. We're on a bit of an extended left base for runway 2. Coming in along the river here at Hartford.
Correct. Advise ready to taxi, expect runway 15.
Kind of a neat view coming in to Hartford here with the river right along the airport there.
Boston Center, Transit 83 with you in the climb to 14,000.
The gear down.
Transit 838, Boston Center,
Put the second notch flaps in because we are in the base. We're going to call the base here in a second. We can get a word in edgewise.
American 5183, turn left heading 020, vector to final.
Left heading 020, vectors for final, American 5183.
Center Seminole 124 Mike Charlie, left base runway 2. The last landing rate was minus 45. 2 clear to land, 704 Mike Charlie. But the difference with this one down with Simon is I am going to do a bit of a forward slip to landing. So I'm going to stay high intentionally, do a bit of a forward slip to landing for this one. Someone in the chat had requested that. And so it might be maybe not as good of a landing rate this time, but we're going to do it just for fun. The last one was 45. If you do want to get a landing rate guess in chat, now is the time. Get your landing rate guesses in. Worky GLA, thank you for the raid. Party of 3. I appreciate your raid, sir. Thanks for coming in today. So again, you guys see we're coming in intentionally high as we set up for the forward slip. So I'm going to stay high on the final here. And then when we get a little bit closer, I'm going to go ahead and drop the wing down into the wind and use opposite rudder. So the wind at Hartford is 350, so I'm going to be dropping the left wing down and using opposite rudder to slip into the field here. So let's see, how close do I want to get? I think this is going to be close enough. So I'll bring the power back out all the way. Bring the wing low here. And we'll use opposite rudder to kind of counter to stay on the center line. Kind of sort of does it okay in the sim, not super great.
Now. Are you going to maintain that altitude or are you still looking for higher?
And then once you get to a point where you're comfortable with your altitude, you roll it out.
We'll go up higher.
And then you go and do a normal landing. So the sim not super great with the forward slip.
Actually, you know what? There's going to be...
see what kind of landing I can get out of
they
this.
need your lowering in a minute. So Falcon 9, descend and maintain full level 200.
Minus 55.
Also, it kind of looks like you're off course again. Are you...
Ooh, second time I was a little bit squirrely on the landing with the rudder pedals, though.
I think we'll be good. Okay, let me know when you're able to turn back on course. You want to be heading kind of toward like Briggs or Manta, something like that now, I would think. Yeah, our next waypoint is Rifle. Okay,
here on Delta?
You're quite a ways north of Rifle, like you've gone past it. So I'd say what, just Falcon 9, turn left heading 240.
We're going to go at 4,500 feet back to Farmingdale Republic Airport, chat, as our last leg.
That's all good. Typically 413, kind of Washington.
You win with the only guess. That's definitely the case down with Sim. Thank you for the follow as well, Worky GLA, and thank you for the raid. I appreciate it.
Falcon 4 Mike Charlie, taxi to parking via Alpha today.
And for Seminole 4 Mike Charlie, we'd actually like to taxi back to runway 2 for a departure to the south.
Seminole 4 Mike Charlie, runway 2, taxi via Alpha, and cross runway 20.
Alpha cross 20 to 2, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie.
And I meant to say cross runway 29er, but you figured it out.
That sounds more better. 29er, cross 29er, 4 Mike Charlie.
Number 50 kilo, turn left heading 150, descend to maintain 3,000.
150. That means my landing.
Charlie Golf Oscar Whiskey Delta, radar contact.
My landings have been fairly good.
1,000, turn left direct Kennebunk.
I will not lie. There's our buddy Sean, by the way, who's been following us, coming on in. You can see the lights.
United 523, descend to maintain for level 270.
Terrible pilot.
270. Excuse me, 270.
Do you have the approach loaded?
Yeah.
Manfred von Farthen von. I still, that name cracks me up, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
American 5183, turn 10 degrees right.
There's Sean inbound for his landing. Nice little doink on the runway.
Delta 133.
Taxi back out over here. We're going to do a left downwind departure chat out to the south for our last leg. We'll talk about the last leg real quick. Back to Farmingdale. So what I'm going to do, Chad, is I'm going to kind of just follow the river here a little bit south until the river starts to break. When the river starts to break to the east, then we'll kind of just go towards that Madison VOR.
Getting your hours up.
So we will do a little bit of actual... I'm going to try to get the sim to do a little bit of actual VOR tracking. We'll see how well that works. But then once we get to the Madison VOR, it's just a matter of flying over to New Haven, which I'm very familiar with, Bridgeport, which I'm very familiar with, then back to the Northport Stacks and inbound to Republic for a full stop. So Madison VOR is 110.4. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up now. 110.4. And we're going to see if we can get this track to Madison VOR correctly.
Number 70, have your request.
And we'll see about that when we get airborne. We're looking at about the...
November 50 kilo, turn left heading 0... sorry about that, I'm going to just pass you to the localizer. Number 50 Zulu.
I believe that's going to be the 020 degree radial, roughly, is what we're going to be looking to intercept. So I'm going to set 020 here.
Like doing direct after you already have something in the box.
And we're going to V-lock that for the 020 degree radial. And again, we'll intercept about that 020 degree radial to the Madison VOR after we get to that bend in the river, like we were talking about, Chad. So that's what we're going to set. We'll let Boston know we're ready to go.
Altimeter 2989, Delta 123.
Delta 77, Boston Center, climb and maintain full level 280.
Whenever we can get a word in edgewise.
Number 50 kilo, 7 miles from Penna, descend and maintain 2,500 until established on the localizer. Clear ILS runway 6 approach.
There's our buddy Sean right up on our tail.
Center, Endeavor 959 with you at flight level 145.
Delta 77, Boston, climb and maintain low level 280.
280, Delta 77.
And then 21 there, that calling was for Delta 77 only. For Endeavor 959, climb and maintain full level 230.
230, Endeavor 959.
American 5183, fighting 050.
Damn, we'll have to wait a little bit to get a word in edgewise here. We do not have New York Center online anymore, chat, so it looks like once we get over to Republic, we're going to be on Unicom. No ATC over at Farmingdale, which is a bummer. Almost had ATC the whole way this evening.
Delta 4033, contact Cleveland Center, 134.9er.
349,
November 4 Mike Charlie, ready to go, and you want to turn left or right?
We're ready, and whichever is easier, southbound departure, left down would probably be fine for 4 Mike Charlie.
November 4 Mike Charlie, left down departure approved, runway 2, clear for takeoff.
2 clear for takeoff, left down departure, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie.
Falcon 9, contact Washington Center with your
Jay Smitty, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, sir.
33.72, good night. Good night, Delta 77, cleared direct BizX.
I'm actually getting a severe thunderstorm warning, chat. That's excellent. It's coming across my TV here as I'm trying to watch a Mets game. Severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see what the radar is looking like.
Direct BizX. Bravo, India, Zulu, Echo, X-ray, direct BizX.
Direct BizX, Delta 77.
Actually, kind of looks like the severe stuff is already passed, but...
American 50...
Chance for some severe weather in my area, chat, so let's see if we can't get this flight over with. Hopefully we won't lose any power. That would be a bummer.
That'll be your final 14,000.
How's the rate gear up? No more usable runway.
Seminole 7, Sierra Zulu, right down departure approved, runway 2, clear for takeoff.
Runway 2, clear for takeoff, W2.
So if I disconnect randomly from the stream chat and just suddenly go offline, you know why. I've got some severe thunderstorm warnings in my area, so there is the potential for me to lose power. So hopefully that won't be the case. Just so you guys know, if I just randomly disappear.
Break American 5183, turn left heading 310.
Heading 310, Mike 5183.
That is 523, descend and maintain for level 230, then maintain 250 knots.
230 approach, then 250.
So we're flying right over the city of Hartford, which is a lot better in person versus the sim.
American 51.
There's Hartford.
6 miles from Fusca. Turn left, heading 250. Descend and maintain 2,100 until established on the localizer at Cliff Island.
So I just realized I'm an idiot, chat. I set the wrong radial for the aircraft. I've set it pointing towards 020, but I needed to actually have it pointed the other way here.
5120, no problem. Let me know if you get the airport installed.
Actually, no, because this is an HSI, so I think I actually have it right. Never mind.
And then the airport will be at your 11 o'clock and 13 miles reported in sight.
Left 250, and we have this inside 5183.
So we'll go heading, vertical speed,
Clear visual 23, 5183.
and we're going to throw the autopilot on.
Martin Air, cargo 6115, radar
Kind of follow the river until we can intercept the VOR, and then I'm going to see if we can have the VOR work properly for us.
Allegiant 782 Boston Center, Syracuse altimeter 29080, expect vectors ILS runway 10 approach.
Put the tail on 020 right there, and then like I said, we're just going to have it so that we hold this heading until we
level 300, that is going to be your bottom.
Intercept the VOR, and then we'll take the VOR all the way to Madison, and again, once we're at Madison VOR, we'll just go ahead and
November 4 Mike Charlie, frequency change approved.
In Boston Center, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie.
Seminole 4 Mike Charlie, frequency change approved.
And we'll actually have to pick up flight following if you're able. If not, no, it's all good.
Where are you headed?
Yeah, it's Piper Seminole 3000, just south of Hartford, like VFR flight following to Republic, Foxtrot Romeo Golf.
Okay, I would, but you're just going to leave my airspace. New York is officially closed for that area, so unfortunately I won't be able to help you out. Unicom is 1228, good night.
Alright, we'll go to Unicom, no problem. 4 Mike Charlie, have a good one.
You too, thank you. I know someone else called there, we'll get back to you.
No flight following this time.
Bradley ground.
After this, hold on.
Thank you, American 5183, runway 23, clear to land, wind 19.
We'll just take it to Unicom the rest of the way here. Foster 36, thank you.
Savage.
For the 13th month resub, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, buddy. I can hear them in my ears, by the way, chat. They're talking to each other in the Discord about how they're doing the messages like that.
Anybody else but him be the sub.
You win.
To be fair, you both resubbed this evening now, so the only one that's missing is Sean.
Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
I'm a child.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Nope.
So what I'm going to do, chat, now, since the VOR is coming in, is I'm going to hit nav here, and this airplane should now, with the VLOC, fly the VOR.
Hey, I'm so close.
Holy.
Should.
Is that what you are?
See if it does it.
COVID still all the time.
Yeah, it's turning. So it's going to fly the VOR now to Madison. And then when we cross over Madison, when we get into that little cone of confusion, when you see the needle start going crazy and we get the cone of confusion as we get closer to the Madison VOR, that's when we will make our turn here towards over New Haven and Bridgeport, and then obviously then continue the rest of the way into Farmingdale. Stinks that we've lost our ATC the rest of the way, but we'll do what we need to do in terms of the comms here in Unicom.
Runs cool and doesn't burn any gases. The best bonanza ever. No wonder it's a sim. It's like a
If you want more Sinatra, you have to either follow or subscribe. That's the only time the Sinatra comes on is for my sub and follower noise. Can't actually play Sinatra on the stream because then I'll get DMCA'd and then Twitch will ban me because you're not allowed to play music that's not stream safe. That's a Twitch thing. So I play by the rules here, chat.
Nobody knows DMCA is, Mike. Just say copyright.
Everybody knows what DMCA is.
On Twitch they do?
Is that a Raptor?
This is the third straight time, chat. Every single flight, I did not level off at the altitude that I was supposed to level off at. I got distracted and I went above my 4,500, so let me go ahead and descend back down now. Good lord.
It's a big Twitch thing.
Every single time I went through my altitude. Not very good piloting being had here in terms of the altitude management in the climb, I will admit.
If you go to the right spot on Twitch, it is on the fence.
Really? Who's searching here?
Yeah, let's just say that there are some people on Twitch that make money a certain way.
Just chatting.
Got those high-mounted cameras, if you know what I mean.
See, we're keeping a stream safe here, chat. I'm never gonna stream without a shirt on, so you can be thankful for that.
Like you should miss this one.
Please ident the VOR. Let's see if the sim will ident the VOR. It's not a bad thing to check, actually. See if it'll actually do it. Oh, and I'm gonna go through my altitude here again. Jesus. Doesn't sound like it's gonna ident the VOR, but you can see actually here in our little Garmin, whatever this is, VOR Madison radials 210 for 21, 13 miles. So it's giving us the information there, even though, even with nav highlighted, it's not giving us the boops. So no boops. Sorry. What's in the water bottle? Just water tonight. That's all I have to say about that. Now we're at 4,500. Just water tonight.
How many cinnamon points you got?
66.
You've been gaming. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. No, you can't hear the Morse code down in Sim. I just hit the nav ident, and I wasn't hearing any Morse code, so I don't know if that might be something where the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 does not have that yet. Because I tried, did not work.
Okay, it just, I mean, that's kind of sick.
So no boops. Yeah, there's still a lot of things about Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 that we'll just say they're lacking.
Yeah, that's right. I we like those bits.
Yeah, he is the bit leader, Brandon.
Not for long now.
1,500.
I got a bit.
Gotta give Mike a Chris 20.
Once Foster figures out how to give bits, it's all over.
Actually, him and a few other people are tied at 1,500 bits in.
I mean, you're tied.
No, I'm the first because I was the first one to do it.
That's fair. That is true. Is the volume on the nav up? You know what? That's a solid question. Maybe the volume on the nav wasn't up. Let's try. Let's see if we can experiment here. No, it looks like it was all the way up. Oh, you know what? I didn't push the ID. I'm an idiot, chat. Let's see if we get boops now, because I didn't push the ID. Let's see if it works.
Doesn't say ID on over the frequency.
Well, still don't think it's working, chat. I'm hitting, when I hit ID, it makes the nav light flash up here, which is interesting, but I'm still not getting boops.
Oops, is a technical term?
No, nothing. Alright, well, something Microsoft Flight Sim needs to work on. Well, it's Morse code. That's the actual term. I just call it boops because... Okay, I might just like saying the word boops. Let's be honest, chat. I think I just like saying the word. Anyways, we're only about 6 miles from the Madison VOR. And then from the Madison VOR again, we're just going to track towards
Europe landing guy.
New Haven, then Bridgeport, and then back over across the Sound to Farmingdale. Chat, not Chad. Chat. Although there's actually a streamer that I follow that calls his chat Chad, which is funny. But no, you guys are just chat. I don't have any special pet names for you guys. Jet pilot boops cinnamon. You know what's great about the 175 is that you don't even need to listen for the boops to ident the approach on the 175. The fucking airplane just tells you. It's crazy, but you don't even need to identify any of the approaches or anything like that in the 175. So no boops there either, unless I want to. I could always do it if I want to, but it's not required. Let's put it that way. Is that the Hudson River ahead of you? No, it's the Long Island Sound is what's ahead of me. we're gonna wait until we get this cone of confusion here, getting pretty close to Madison. Once that happens, we'll make our turn. It's gonna be about a 265-degree heading for the turn towards New Haven. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set that 265. I like how it actually goes in increments of 1 instead of 10 now when you scroll it, so that's something that they've clearly updated in this aircraft. So right about there is where we're going to want to be to go to New Haven after we cross over the VOR. What is built in BDR? What is built in BDR? I don't know what you mean by what is built in BDR. Oh, you mean like aircraft? Who is Bradley Airport name? So the name is Bradley. I don't know the answer to either one of those questions. I don't know the answer to either one of those questions. I'll be honest with you. Anyways, here's the... We didn't actually... someone... The little birdie on my ear is saying Sikorsky. Ah, so I guess that means that's where they build the Sikorsky helicopters. Coming off of the VOR now, as we cross over, so we're making our turn here towards the New Haven Airport. We're saving gas, alright, with the 23 square airplane. We're saving gas. We have plenty of gas, though, but we're fine. We're making good time. We only got about 20 or so minutes before we're on the ground at Republic. Call it an evening. I'm not very good when it comes to aviation trivia, chat. Let's put it that way.
Patchy, man.
I got the guys in my ears, my good buddies that I used to live with out on Long Island. They know a lot more about planes and aviation than I do, even.
Bill McDonald Douglas Bond brother.
Which one's that?
The MD 500. Or whatever the version is.
Exactly. You got to keep those engines fresh, save the gas, save the environment. Got to make everyone, make all those eco-friendly people happy, right?
The 600.
What's Boeing even call it? I don't know. They call it the...
So straight ahead of us here, we've got the New Haven Airport. I do not have the Orbex New Haven for Flight Sim 2020. Orbex does have a Flight Sim 2020 scenery for New Haven. That's really nice. I do not have it, chat. To be honest with you guys, I did not pay for it because it's not free. But there's New Haven. So we'll cross over New Haven. Keep roughly about the same heading to get us over to Bridgeport, and then from Bridgeport we'll cross over the Sound. Is that my bed in the background? Yes, that's my not made bed in the background. Because what's the point of making your bed if you're just going to go right back to sleep in it? That's what I think.
I feel like it doesn't ban you when you type in all caps now. That's cool.
Stop yelling.
Freaking Mets are losing 1-0 in the 7th after DeGrom pitched great, and once again, no run support. What a fucking surprise, Chad. Getting tired of this team already. Spent all that money on guys that are supposed to be able to hit. No one ever hits.
Dead. They're all dead.
It's gotta be, right?
Ed has 4 alt accounts.
Do I use a knee board? So when I was flying in the Warriors and doing all my flight training as a student, yes, I use a knee board. Do I use a knee board right now?
You have to be able to.
No, I'm not using a knee board right now.
What's going on?
Can't see this guy's stuff unless I add him.
So here, we're pretty much over New Haven. So now we're going towards Bridgeport. It's just going to be right out over here. Again, just because I know this whole area very well. I haven't done all my flight training here. And then from Bridgeport, we'll just do a straight shot towards the Northport stacks. You can cross the sound out of glide distance. Yes, I know I did 2 engines. That's why I'm actually cutting the corner a little bit. Instead of going all the way to Norwalk to cross over, I'm going to cross over at Bridgeport.
Like, really quiet for anyone else.
No.
Like,
I'm really loud in the stream, though.
It's really quiet. I can't even hear
Here's southern Connecticut, and there's Long Island, out over there across the sound. Good view of our Piper Seminole. 124 Mike Charlie.
What's that? Oh.
Cursive?
No, it looked like a hole cut out, but I see the vents now.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that video I posted of Olive Beach?
So here's Bridgeport Airport right here, Chet. And then once we get over there, we'll
no,
turn the corner
I think
towards.
when it was Women's Day.
Your beacon isn't flashing. See, that's just a
that
symbol.
company.
Oh, like the Cessna produced one?
No, it was.
It's definitely raining hard outside my
it was
window,
a
Chet.
history
I
guy?
just took my headset off and I just hear pouring rain outside my window.
Cessna did like their own
did
company
they?
one. Where they show that plane in it.
I haven't heard any thunder or lightning yet, or seen any lightning or heard any thunder yet, so that's good.
Inspiration.
So it looks like most of the bad weather is actually to the south of me, where I'm at right now.
This guy was like, I just want to fly planes, and she's like, you got to build a company that's kind of profitable.
Once we come up over Bridgeport, it's going to be about a 225 heading, it looks like. About 225, let's see, to go to the Northport stacks. About 230 heading. So we'll do about a 230 heading, get back over to the Northport stacks, and then we'll make our way inbound to Republic. The wind at Republic 0903. So we'll probably just do a left base over the LIE for runway 14, which is usually what they gave us at Republic since when it was really busy.
What? You said Mike's quiet, I can hear him through your headset.
Something tells me I'm not quiet.
Well, it's when I put the audio output.
We're not flying formation now.
I switched it through my speakers, and that's when I can hear him.
Oh, I see.
We're not buying it. That's nice.
Report the microwave. Yep, the microwave. I remember that. Yeah, we'll just do the left base over the LE for 14.
It's like no ATC the whole way there, E.
Yeah, we've lost our ATC tonight for the rest of the way. Can you shoot the ILS-14? Not tonight. I could get it to set up so that I would shoot the ILS-14, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to stick with just a normal VFR landing. Full stop, taxi back into the Echo ramp over at Republic.
We're going to land 19er?
14.
14. Follow the LIE for the left base.
Not going to do a short field landing either because we're going to be kind of coming off on the base, so it's going to be a normal landing this time. I did do the forward slip at Hartford. We'll do normal back into Republic for the full stop for this last little bit here. See if I can get another good landing. So far I've been minus 45 and minus 55 feet per minute for the landing. So we'll see if I can maintain the good landings for the evening.
He's got that window up. He's got that window up just for distraction if that's an alibi.
He's probably got his layer built in Star Wars where you can watch
NDB1. You know, there was one time when I actually did shoot the NDB1 just for fun. I didn't do it with like any HCC request or anything. We just kind of set it up as the student was flying back into Republic VFR, and I just kind of tuned it to see how it would track, and I kind of had the student kind of try to track the NDB for runway 1 a little bit before we then just kind of did like a normal landing in. And definitely very antiquated equipment and antiquated approach, and there's a reason why they're getting rid of that kind of stuff pretty much everywhere.
I don't ever want to be a moderator.
Everything got deleted. NDB1 doesn't even exist for Farmingdale anymore, right?
No, it does not.
Does it exist as a GPS overlay? Or no, right? Because there's already an RNAV.
There was already an RNAV. Yeah, you can hone or track to an NDB.
I never got it to work.
It's not easy.
Ever, even when I was there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the NDB was decommissioned, but they didn't have it NOTAMed.
I had to do it on my IFR check ride.
I remember also being able to track it at least. Like I said, I was kind of messing around when I did it, but...
I know I did it in the sim.
Did you guys not do that on your check ride?
No.
No.
I did.
You definitely did it in the sim. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did with Adam. I had to do it on my IFR check ride.
In this area, the best station for music on the ADF was 850. There was like a classic rock station, 850, that was in Danbury, that you could pick
like
up on 850 over
Mount. Had to do the last one, and he got a fail, that no matter how good he did.
Suck on this NDB.
Getting a little loud in the Discord here. We're going to lower the volume a bit.
Hold on. I'm going to go look at my logbook now.
There's no shot you did it.
Hold on.
Again, we're looking for the Northport stacks, which really we're not going to see that great in the sim. Where am I going? I think I'm a little off course here, actually. Let's see. Where am I kind of pointing at? I think, I'm roughly about where I need to be, I think. See, can I see stacks? I think they would be somewhere like right in this, right here, I believe. This vicinity right here is where the Northport stacks would be.
Sean, did you watch the Jay Leno's 911 GT3?
I'm halfway through it. It's really cool. I mean, Jay Leno is like a one-trick pony. That was what he says when he gets a Porsche guy. He's like, oh, Porsche guys always drive them. They always talk about how they drive them. He goes, then he makes a funny Italian voice, and then he goes, "It's good, bada bada." And that's basically a video where Jay Leno talks about a Porsche and Italian car. Oh, and you could drive them, and they're reliable.
I do like that car a lot.
Oh yeah, I love that color. My buddy just sent me a picture of the GT4 Cayman in the parking lot.
So usually what we would do, chat, when we came up to Farmingdale, coming up on the Northport stacks, obviously we'd have ATC, we'd have Republic Tower. It'd be Republic Tower, back when I was flying at Farmingdale, it was Farmingdale State, whatever. So in this case, that would be Republic Tower, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie, Northport stacks, 4,500 inbound for a full stop with whatever the ATIS was. In that case, Bravo or Charlie or whatever. Milk Goat, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, I'll put that in the signal.
But since we don't really have any ATC, we're just going to kind of do it all on our own here. And then at this point, because they're using 1 Fort Republic most likely in real life, it would be, you know, Seminole 124 Mike Charlie, enter the left base over the LIE for runway 14. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and find the LIE and do a left base over the LIE for runway 14. gonna very slowly start descending here.
I would definitely buy a GT4.
As we're getting closer to the field. Get ready for our final landing of the evening. Don't bust the Bravo. Yep, that's why I'm descending now, so that I do not bust the Bravo.
Tell me how you zoom out, you can see the road. You zoom in, you can't see them anymore.
Makes sense. Luckily, it doesn't work like that in the real world.
So right here is where the Northport stacks are in the sim. Close, not quite, but close.
Change the detail from declutter, I think.
Oh yeah.
Now we'll go and find the LIE.
Yeah, so the regular
Make our left base for only
for the
140.
NXI, like no, everything on the map. You could zoom into the airport and see the taxiway letters.
Yep.
But when you went to detail 3 or the declutter 1, which is what I like, because it got rid of all the roads and city names and everything, just showed you airspace. It got rid of the taxiway letters.
Oops.
So you'd have to keep switching it. They fixed it in the NXI.
I think that'd just be a software update.
Can you do a quick steep spiral over the blue house? No, no steep spiral tonight. But that the steep spiral over the blue house. I remember that blue house. Turns around a point and steep spirals over that thing all the time.
I did not do the ending. I'll admit it. I was just rude.
Whoops.
Fake news. I did 316 ILS 24 and GPS.
Oh, so the standard, just like everyone else did for their check ride for the instrument at Farmdale.
You thinking you were special?
If I still have my records.
Okay, we're just looking out for the LIE, which is going to be up here. This is pretty much the LIE right here, I believe we're looking at. Well, we'll get a little bit closer to be sure.
Go see trash can. Yeah. Ask if he killed anyone else.
Ian.
Keep our descent coming. 1,100 is the traffic pattern altitude at Republic. Field elevation just shy of 180 feet. Field elevation at Republic. Oh, 8s on pylons were probably far my worst maneuver for the commercial maneuvers. I hated the 8 on pylon. God. That was even harder for me for some reason than the lazy 8s.
Traffic Bonanza 4 mile final 14. Public traffic.
Public traffic, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie is 9 miles to the north. Inbound for a full stop, runway 14, public traffic.
Are the building modeled around Farmdale?
Yes and no.
So right here, this road right here is going to be the Long Island Expressway. So when we come up to this little intersection right here, we'll start turning right and join the left down for runway 14 over the LIE.
Oh no, it's not.
The world's biggest parking lot. We do have our buddy Sean out here. You can see his flashing lights out on the final for runway 14. So we got plenty of room behind him. And see, now you're just pulling hairs over there, buddy. Splitting hairs, I should say, instead of pulling hairs. Get my expressions wrong all the time. Let's go ahead and take the autopilot off. Do it by hand the rest of the way. Because we're coming up over the LAE right here, and I'm going to use this to kind of start my left base turn for runway 14. And 90 would dump a jet and expect us to break off and do all that. Yep, that would be some standard public stuff. You're not wrong. Why am I yawing all over the place, making me dizzy? That's more the sim than me. Gear up landing. That's Flight Sim 2020, kind of. Whatever they decided their physics was going to be. Here's the LAE, world's biggest parking lot.
Just the Wild West with taxiways and airport vehicles, as if the Sobo thought that taxiways are just like roads.
And you can see this is runway 19, and then over here is runway 14. So we'll set up for our base for runway 14.
Maybe we should just start nosing airplanes into the grass.
Maybe they don't, we don't know.
Hello, FBI? This is the guy. What?
Ian's not watching my stream, so he doesn't get the reference. So he thinks you're Terry.
Oh.
Alright. Last call, last chance, I should say, for landing rate guesses chat, since this is going to be my last landing of the evening. So why don't you go ahead and put a number in the chat. Again, positive or negative, doesn't matter. You do not need the exclamation point predict. Just put in a number, what you think my landing rate is going to be. So far, my landing rates tonight have been -45 and then -55, so they've been pretty good so far. So whatever you guys think the landing rate's going to be, now's the time to put your guess in. Gonna mute the landing gear horn so I can slow down and get some flaps out. Public traffic, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie, 3 mile final, runway 14, public traffic. Coming in way too fast here. High and fast. Let's get the gear down, get some drag in here. I don't think you can swap out the bolts in this sim, no, but that is something you could do in the actual airplane.
It's like Ed's doppelganger.
Last call on the landing rate guesses.
Getting close with the showcase cam.
-105. So that was actually the worst of the 3 landings this evening. Not that it was a bad landing, but...
I think I win with that one. That's at 112.
It wasn't in the chat, though, Sean. Let's see, -169, we have -69, 88, 69. Guess that makes the 88 the closest in the chat for Jay Smitty. I'll have to run the tapes back to see if Sean did say 112 in the Discord.
Bro.
You get a permaban. You win.
Public traffic, Seminole 124, Mike Charlie is clear of runway 1, crossing runway 19er at Gulf 3. Actually, I think it's Gulf 2. Is it Gulf 2, Bravo 2, Bravo? I'm trying to remember. It might be Gulf 3, Bravo 3, Bravo. It's been a while. I haven't been to Republic in a long time.
Turn traffic, Alpha 406, heavy about 15 miles off from the ILS 22 left, expecting the ILS 22 left.
We got buses and everything all on the taxiways that we're just going to pretend aren't there. Public traffic, Seminole 4, Mike Charlie is clear of the runways.
On the first plane on your right, on the southern Echo ramp entrance.
On my screen, it looks like you're inside another airplane, I think.
Damn.
Oh no, you're not. Never mind.
Look out for that truck.
There's trucks everywhere at this airport. It's such a joke.
Oh, Mike just went through a truck, fire truck, in a van.
They rolled the trucks for him.
They rolled all the trucks.
Mike's doing the nose in T style.
I mean, I don't have a tow bar, so.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Now he's pulling the truck there.
The sharp, evergreen,
Green. Driving around light green.
Good enough for me.
Kill
the power.
I've never seen a forklift at Republic Airport.
Got the engines off. Now we can open the door. Or hop on out, and that's it.
Yeah, that's enough for me there.
That is the end of our little long solo cross-country kind of mimic that I did. So honestly, that's what I did, chat. In real life, when I was a private pilot student, so I was a student pilot, and I was doing my long solo cross-country, which is the 3 legs, 150 nautical miles. I did Republic to Stewart, Stewart to Hartford, and Hartford to Republic. Pretty much about the same route, same way that you guys saw it. Obviously, a lot of the finer details missing in terms of like stopping at the FBO, refueling, calling the air boss. Little bit different routing. I didn't have an autopilot. I wasn't in a Seminole. I was in a Piper Warrior, so sort of back to my roots, if you will, chat. But it's all there in spirit. And that's going to do it for me this evening. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Some decent landings in the Seminole. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, a very visually appealing sim, but still lacking in a lot of things. The fact that there's no boops on the VOR actually was kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. That was what disappointed me, I think, the most tonight with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. But, alright. Yabin Gaming, thank you for the follow. Foster36, thank you for the resub. Manfred, thank you for the follow. Worky GLA, thank you for not only the follow, but for the quick raid that you gave me as well. Compilation Kid, thank you for the follow. Melvin Leroy, thank you for the resub. ABC047, thank you for the follow. Pilot23, my buddy Ian, thank you for your 9-month resub. iFly45, also a good friend of mine, thank you for the follow. Appreciate all the support that I got this evening.
Does Mike have you muted or something?
Let's see. We are going to see if we can find someone to raid here, chat. See if we can hand this over to someone else to watch that's doing some Flight Sim stuff. And to be honest, there's nobody that I follow Flight Sim-wise is streaming currently. Wow. So we're going to go find someone random, chat. We're going to go find someone random to raid now. I don't mind doing a little random raid every now and then. Let's see. See if we can find someone randomly doing general aviation right now on Flight Sim 2020. Let's see. Do we have anybody flying GA? Someone random flying GA on Flight Sim 2020. Let's see. Let's see what we can find here. This is this guy Krampberg013. I have no idea who this guy is, but he's flying from Charleston Executive JZI, and that's a field that I know. I don't know what CMA is, but he is flying. It looks like a Cessna in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. So we're just gonna go ahead and give him the random raid, I think, because why not? Spread the love. Looks like he's doing it with someone, so that's kind of cool. So let me go ahead and set that up for you guys. Right meow. Before I go, I just want to say thanks for coming in today, as always, everybody. Gear Up Landing, thank you for the follow right there at the end. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Stay safe. Get vaccinated if you can, because I had COVID and it sucked. Get the vaccine. Good night.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Damn politics.
Unsubbed.
Thank you. Am I free to make obscenities now?
Oh yeah.